certainly will not be taking the fall for the three Amigos. Royal Sandringham Estate, New Year's Day find. Jack the RipperCrime, a 17-year-old sex trafficked girl who was abused, gang raped, hunted and found dead on New Year's Day. She had been there since September, and the word that came off the estate was that was Prince Harry's birthday party, rich boys loft party crime, and certainly not mine. But everyone wrapped me up in the black shroud of Sandringham because I was staying at a disused beach hut at Hitcham. I was there later, but I weren't there in August and September because I was on Blakeney Point, and so I'd be fully on camera in the spa shop in Blakeney, and also parked under the live web feed on the hill in Blakeney because I had all my fishing gear and camping gear in my car. So if you're out walking Blakeney Point, swimming with the seals, having a cast for a bath, that deters people from breaking into your car. Also, if the wrong people turn up on you and you have to defend yourself, well then again, that's all fully on camera. And it's like that in the film Freeze Frame, Lee Evans, where he is set up for a crime he didn't commit, a murder he didn't commit. And he always, after that, he always used cameras. I was fully on camera in Cromer, Sheringham, Blakeney, Wells next to the sea, Hunstanton, Hitcham, Norwich City Centre. And so fully on camera, and certainly not me. And that's what you do have to be careful, when you're a man by yourself. You got two young girls who walk by there, they say, oh, I was a man down there, he was filming us. Well, no, I'm not filming them, but someone can just start a monster lie. And that happens in the film The Hunt, where one random lie destroys an innocent man's life. Even his own son believes the monster lie is true. The community want him dead or done in. And even his own son tries to shoot and assassinate him because he believes the monster lie is true. So like I say, only takes someone to start one monster lie, and that starts a chain reaction. And that can certainly get you beaten, stabbed, shot and set on fire. There's 4 people just been stabbed in London. It was 3 teenagers who stabbed another older teenager the other day in Norwich. And like I say, it was a 14-year-old boy who attacked a girl in an alleyway. And like I shared before, I was parked in the centre of Sheringham, come out of the library at 5, fully on camera in the centre of Sheringham, reading a book, got something to eat there till 7 o'clock, police patrols every 45 minutes. And at 6 o'clock, it was on the radio, at 7 o'clock, that a man attacked a young girl, in an alleyway in North Walsham, not far away. Well, if you're fully on camera, you cannot be in 2 places at once. And certainly no black cat, copycat, alley cat, black cat of Burston, black panther, puma, Sandringham serial killer here. And certainly no black wizard in a Volvo estate. A very good film, The Pledge, with Jack Nicholson in, where there is a black wizard, a giant of a man, who goes round abducting and abusing and killing children. Like I say, certainly no black wizard in a Volvo estate here. Just one big monster black bluff. The biggest porcupine serial killer lie, but also the biggest monster gaff, epic fail in the UK, all to cover up the 3 Amigos, their Royal Sandringham estate, New Year's Day find, Jack the RipperCrime, and certainly not mine. And there's been others too, and they will hunt and feast again. And the UK's Devil Island is full of Freemason SS, satanic ritual abuse and sacrifice. And like I say, Black Princess, Black Dukes, 666, Prince of Darkness, Red Dragons, Hybrid Host, Kings in Satan's Service. The Queen's cousin, sexually assaulted a woman in his castle in Scotland, is in prison. All the fiasco with Prince Andrew. So obviously they don't want it to be public knowledge that the girl who turned up on the Royal Sandringham estate was a Prince Harry, not alone, hybrid host there, case 39, New Year's Day find, Jack the RipperCrime, and certainly not mine. That wouldn't be very good press for the royal family. And the senator in Jersey, blatantly said, on YouTube, in an interview, that all the abuse that took place in a children's home in Jersey by politicians and Freemasons, and Ma Jezebel, Cruella de Vil, Lizzie the Lizard, she owns Jersey, and the royal family were complicit in closing down the inquiry into all the child abuse. And it's like in my own case, when the IPCC, Independent Police Complaints Commission, took up my case, even using the word framed, Mandy Liddon was backing me 100%, but Stuart Craig would not even register the complaint, breaking every Home Office guideline, fabricating the evidence, making evidence disappear, completely perverting the course of justice, physical assault, false imprisonment, all in the line of duty. Even my Steve right to appeal was also blocked, and Mandy Liddon was disappeared. My case was closed down. And I have heard it said that Paul Bird, the Queen's butler, like Jeffrey Epstein, was running an elite paedophile ring in Buckingham Palace for members of the royal family. It was a big investigation by the Telegraph, UK national newspaper. And also, they found the mass graves in Canada full of abused native children. There's caused a big outrage in Canada recently, and they toppled the statue of the Queen and Queen Victoria. High crimes of the estate, the state. And I've spoken to Kevin Annett, who's been leading this campaign for many years with the native people, all the abuse that took place in satanic ritual abuse and sacrifice of native children, and their lands being stolen by the toxic crown, Evergreen Toxic Crown Corporation. And there was a story that came out of Canada that the Iron Duke 666 and Lizzie the Lizard, they took 10 children from a children's home in Canada, and they were never seen. And I say the UK's Devil Island is full of Freemason SS, satanic ritual abuse and sacrifice, sex trafficked children, young girls, but it's all covered up because a lot of people in high places are all in Lucifer's Freemason SS 666 club, so they cover up the high crimes. And in my case with the IPCC, when they shut down my case, because the corruption really does go to the top, too many big names would have come out of the black hat, then it all came out how the IPCC had been instrumental in covering up all the Freemason child abuse in children's homes in Wales. That's been going on in the UK too, and Northern Ireland, big cases there too. And then the IPCC had to admit that a lot of the people who work for them are ex-police, are Freemasons looking out for police and Freemason agendas and shutting down cases, but that all came out in the forefront. So like I say, the corruption really goes to the top. And in Jersey, Jimmy Savile, he took children from the Jersey Children's Home onto Ted Heath's yacht, who was Prime Minister at the time. Those children were never seen taken onto Ted Heath's yacht, Morning Cloud. They're now at the bottom of the English Channel. 114 files, paedophile files, and there's a big thing now happening where like 50 MPs have been named and going to be suspended for sexual assault and sexual favours and all the rest. But 114 files disappeared from the Home Office, with all the paedophile. Some people say Jill Dando was going to expose the paedophiles in the BBC. That's why she got assassinated, because people do not like their high crimes and their frames and fixes being exposed. And again comes that back down to Daniel Morgan, who's going to expose corrupt police officers. I mean, have you ever watched see corruption? This report cost £60 million. Well, I could have told you that for free, that some police officers are corrupt, or in the Freemason Fraternal 666 mob, London firm, and will look after their agenda and their interests. I could have told you that for free. So why a report cost £60 million to reach that conclusion? But Daniel Morgan, he ended up with an axe in his head, and that's why you have to disappear, before you get axed. Anyhow, God bless. Take care.